The man bought a human-shaped model, but when he opened it, it was a coffin. He thought it would be a mummy, but this mummy is very special. It is not only very small in shape, the key strength is not dead. Sometimes it can't even walk. It looks like a dead body. However, even if it is very different from the imagination, not afraid of 10,000, it is just in case. So Bai Mu pushed it back to the coffin. I was going to send it back to Egypt like this, but at this time, a drop of liquid suddenly flowed out under the coffin. What? Crying? Maybe this is Mira's tears? Seeing that the master is cleaning the floor, little mummy also wants to help. Bai Mu immediately hit the front with a book. Before confirming the safety, he won't let little mummy get close to him. But little mummy thinks she is not polite enough. In the current situation, little mummy is not in danger, but the principle of more than one life is not as good as one life. The master still decided to send her back to Egypt. I saw little mummy hug the shopkeeper and act cute. This method did not work. She also said that she could help do housework. She only asked the master to take her in. Maybe she knew she could help. She was worried that the master would send her back to Egypt, so little mummy stuck to the master. She didn't want to come down. Such a pitiful scene also made the master a little soft. Suddenly, there was a loud noise. It turned out that another pet was raised at home. Seeing the just-awakened Boki hit her head, the master immediately hugged her in his arms. However, the intimate look of the two made the little mummy think she was abandoned. It's really a big mistake. But then, the little guy seems to have made up his mind. Stubbornly run to the master. Then he ran away. The little guy finally achieved his goal, but he thinks it's not right. The dog was held in his arms, but he was stuck on his back. It's not clear who is right and who is wrong. Crying again? Hey, be quiet. You don't have to work so hard. In order to comfort this little guy, the master gave him the name Little One. This means Little One doesn't have to leave. Little One hugged the master's neck happily. She just wanted to drink water. I didn't expect to die on the spot. That's how it feels. The master told the little guy, if you hold it like this with both hands, drinking water won't make your face wet. It's even worse. I see. The mouth is wide, so it spills. In the end, a relatively light bottle was replaced. The problem of little one drinking water is finally solved. But what food should she eat? Because the master has no experience in breastfeeding, he could only experiment with the food in the refrigerator. More than a dozen foods scattered on the table, but the master was found again. Wait, that's a dog. Don't like fresh vegetables. Instead, I like apples. My favorite food is Moïse. The master recorded all of these. It's already 12 o'clock in the middle of the night. The master has to go to school early tomorrow. The next day, the master told his friend about Little One. Wenyan and Ayue got interested, so he decided to go to see the situation after school. But when the two entered the room, I found out that Little One was lying on the table, became a dry corpse. It's turning yellow. What's this? What's wrong with you? The master didn't know what was going on, subconsciously brought the water. After drinking water, Little One recovered to normal. This is the first time Ayu has seen Little One. He is very curious about what Little One looks like. It's like seeing through his thoughts. Little One quickly held the master's hand and kept shaking his head. Dare not let Ayue touch himself. Finally, he hid behind the master. However, his alertness made Ayue want to bully Little One more. After sending away his friend, the master also plans to take a bath and sleep. I didn't expect Little One to want to take a bath with him. At first, the master was still a little worried. After all, Moïse in my memory is afraid of water. Until I saw Little One floating in the water, the master is completely relaxed. But when he finished taking a bath, I found out that Little One had turned into an original ghost. What's wrong with my body? What is this? Can't you see? Can I squeeze this? Double, double, triple double. That's how Moïse acts. It's hot. It's so hot. Although Moïse is very small, but it's a warm heart. When he heard that Moïse was going to prepare dinner, the little guy immediately ran to the side. What are you doing? Obviously, this behavior is a bit dangerous, but at the same time, he also knows Moïse wants to help do housework. At this time, Moïse's spirit flashed. Then he found the maid tongue brave at home. After a simple combination, he quickly made a dish knife that Moïse could not use. Moïse, who received the gift, was very happy. Ran around, even shed tears of emotion. Moïse took some cucumber shreds, let Moïse help. He was really cutting the cucumber vigorously. But there was an accident. Because the cucumber was about to fall, Moïse slipped. A whole person fell off the table. Fortunately, Moïse saw this scene in time. Although he successfully saved Moïse, he also hit hard on the wall. Fortunately, it was just a minor scratch. But this made Moïse feel bad. Pearl-like tears rolled in his eyes. Then he kept apologizing. Moïse did not blame Moïse. Instead, he took full responsibility. Don't cry anymore. Recently, Moïse often comes to visit. Every time Moïse sees him, he's afraid, so he often hides behind the vase and peeps. Seeing the poor little guy, Moïse wants to put it in his hand, so he uses food as bait. Do you want to eat a little? And finally, I'm going to eat you, you fat bastard. At this time, Moïse showed a kind smile. Moïse was no longer afraid, but he fell into a dilemma. Although he wanted to eat the cake, he was very afraid to be eaten. In the end, the desire overcame the reason. However, Moïse did not have time to eat a bite. Moïse grabbed it directly. I got it. Wow, it's soft. Moïse really wants to know what it looks like inside. Just when he was about to take off the bandage, the man found it in time and stopped it. Just because this is a very serious matter, the man has checked the relevant information. The bandage is like the skin on a human body, so it is not allowed to be removed. Although angry, both sides are good friends. Bai Mu also hopes that they can get along. So he gave Moïse a dog food, hoping to eliminate the discord between them through food. And Moïse also seemed to realize some of the confusion just now, so he sincerely apologized to Xiaoyi. The man with a runny nose looking at the man in front of him, I haven't gotten close to him, the boy has already imagined what he will look like when he grows up. I want him to take a bath with me, then watch TV together or sleep together. That scene is simply not too eye-catching, so the boy won't turn around and leave. But the bull warrior did not want to let go of such a good preparation. That's why I'm telling you not to follow me. I have no intention of getting involved with you. The bull warrior nodded, and Moïse also left with confidence. But when he returned to home, the bull warrior has been waiting in front of the window for a long time. Although the bull warrior looks pitiful, Moïse still pulled up the curtain without mercy. It's 10 o'clock in the evening. Moïse took a hot bath and helped Moïse with her homework. It's already 11 o'clock. At this time, Moïse remembered the bull warrior. It's only tonight. This is the bottom line of Moïse. He pushed the towel, let the bull warrior wipe his nose, thinking that he may not have dinner. Moïse plans to prepare food, but he thought he might be caught, so he only made a cup of tea for himself. However, what surprised Moïse was that at this time, the bull warrior was already lying on the bed. The key is that the whole body is still dirty. Moïse let him take a bath first. The bull warrior heard the nod, so Moïse jumped into the hot tea. I've never seen such a fool. In the past, the bull warrior wandered around using the sky as a bed. This is the first time he lied on the soft bed. The next morning, the bull warrior happily rolled around on the table, thought he had found a place to rest, but the next second he was thrown out by Moïse just because of his personality. However, when Moïse returned home at night, he found that the bull warrior was lying in front of the window. Moïse said it was the last night, but in fact, this night was limitless. So after a long time, the bull warrior has become a member of the family. It's the first time Moïse has seen Bao Pilong. Facing a bigger animal than himself, Moïse instinctively became afraid, so in order to get rid of this alert, Bao Pilong was shaking his tail. Soon the two little ones were twisted together. Sometimes Moïse was also raised high. It can be seen that Bao Pilong likes Moïse. At this time, Ayue brought the bull warrior to visit. This is the first time Moïse has met. The bull warrior put his thumb in his heart. The purpose of this party is to investigate what Bao Pilong's food is. However, whether it is meat or vegetables or fruit, Bao Pilong is all shaking his head. So Moïse took advantage of the bull warrior next to him. His mouth has never stopped. Don't give Moïse dog food. You don't have to force yourself. After multiple tests, the food that Bao Pilong can eat is tofu and natto. At this time, Moïse checked, said the menu was good today. Moïse seems to be able to eat blueberries, although this bag will become very dirty, but as long as you wipe it, it will recover. Bao Pilong later found out this secret. Moïse is trying to pull the phone line. Small body, it's not easy for him to answer the phone. But listening to the voice from the other end, the little guy doesn't know how to answer. If Moïse is heartless, then the bull warrior is purely causing trouble. At this time, he found a very busy radish. When he saw Bao Pilong, he immediately stopped him. But the bull warrior was a bit itchy. The bull warrior did not listen to the advice at all. The next second, he pulled out the whole radish, only with a terrible sound back around. Fortunately, Bawalpilung was very experienced with it, immediately sealed his mouth with a window sticker. It turned out that this is a plant called Amananda. It was sent by Bawalpilung's father before. It will make people unconscious in a matter of seconds. More than 10 seconds can cause death. Why do you want to plant such a dangerous thing at home? I have to mention his second work. The ball rolled down the track. It turns out that little Wind Sister has been using it as an alarm clock. It would not have happened if it had been planted in the ground, but it's hard to get out. Mandrake also wants to go out for a walk. Things become extremely troublesome. If the window sticker on the mouth is removed at this time, that will threaten the residents of the whole town. They immediately began to look for him, but Mandrake is very cunning. It's good to see them turn around. Mandrake jumped into the river. They quickly came to the downstream to intercept. At this time, Xiao Yi also wanted to make an effort. The bull warrior was in a bad mood. The posture is very handsome, but it's just a fleeting line. The corner of the window sticker is loosened. After the two adorers turned around without merit, Bawalpilung did not disappoint everyone, successfully caught Mandrake in his hands. He just woke up in the middle of the night. I found a cute pig in front of the bed. Look at the white fog that keeps being sucked into the mouth. He thought these were his own souls. So he hid in the nest under the ground. Then he was called by Bai Mu to ask for help. But when Bai Mu came, he found out it was a false alarm. It's the first time he's seen a real Meng Mo, because Meng Mo's vigilance and explosive power are very strong. They usually run away before they are discovered by humans. And the reason why he didn't run away this time, Bai Mu guessed he might have fallen in love with the big brother's nightmare. But the big brother still can't believe it. After all, Meng Mo is a legendary creature. And this guy is the same as the mohin in the zoo. Bai Mu didn't expect that the big brother saw this creature for the first time. So in order to make him believe in the existence of these strange creatures, Bai Mu took out his sleeping jacket. Because this time they talked for a long time. By the time of the second day of the party, Bai Mu kept shaking his head. It's just like he's not awake. Ye was very curious to see this, so Bai Mu told him about the big brother and Meng Mo. It was the first time he heard such a voice, and he heard that his body is furry. So he really wanted to see Meng Mo. However, I don't know what happened. Today the big brother asked to stay at home to rest. The next 2 days were the same. He didn't go back to school until the third day. But at this time, he was very different from usual. Not only did he not have dark circles on his face, and the whole person's mental appearance has also improved a lot. It turns out that all of this is the credit of Meng Mo. Because of not having nightmares, he made up for his lack of sleep in recent years. Until this afternoon, he finally woke up. After school, several people brought their pets to meet at Bai Mu's house for the new Meng Mo. At first, Ji Chao Ji was very vigilant, but slowly they got used to it. Not only did he play the game of Da Go-Go on Meng Mo, sometimes he will also be the train head of the whole team. Meng Mo's temporary name is Fat Doo-Doo, but the big brother also thought of a few special names. What did you want to add? For example, Goemon, looks strong. Musashi, looks strong. Kizaimon, looks strong. It's good to be warm. Isn't it good to be warm? I think it's good to be warm. Really?